For as long as I can remember, there's always been a miss rule, but it's the interpretation of the miss rule that's changed over the years. Let's go back to the 80s, when the game was supposed to be sophisticated at top class level. A player would be in this situation with one red left tight on the top cushion. He didn't want to move the red for fear of losing the game, so he played to hit it extra thin or to possibly miss the shot. And a player wouldn't be displeased with that as the outcome. Obviously that was becoming more of an issue, so we decided to try and do something by introducing a stronger interpretation of the miss rule. But opinion is still divided about where we go from here.
How do you like these? He's nominated yellow, and well, need a map I think for this shot. Got to be careful here. I'm not sure whether Terry Camilleri, the referee, will call a miss should he miss it, but the fact is there's no easy way of hitting a colour at all.
You know, it seems wrong that a referee just says miss automatically when you miss a snooker, but I think it's better that way than having big arguments after a match when it comes down to a referee's discretion. So if it takes the pressure off everybody and have it black and white, I think that's the easiest way for everybody.
I think now and again the referees should be able to use a little more, be a little more lenient.
4 cushion escape. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's a bit low this time. Oh, is he going to nestle on the red near the black?
If the referee thinks you've deliberately missed it, it's a miss. If he doesn't think you've deliberately missed it, well, it shouldn't go back. I mean, we're not that good to come off 4 cushions and miss by 1/8 of an inch and call it a miss. I think it's wrong.
I don't really agree with the miss rule as it is, but I can't think of a better alternative. So keeping it the same's the only option, really.
Try number 2, 2 cushions. Can I catch this? No more than quarter ball, otherwise the cue ball stays at this end of the table. He's at the yellow again.
Foul, miss.
If you're like 20 in front on the yellow or the last red, you should never lose that frame from, you know, from someone getting you in a good snooker. And I think it's unfair that way. And you know, 3 or 4 misses ball in hand, I think would take all that out of it. And you know, whatever kind of snooker you're in, then you have to hit it. If you've done it, it's definitely a miss, whatever happens. And then the 4th time you pick it up and put it ball in hand.
Some players, obviously, when they call a miss, some players can think it's a little bit harsh at times, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's how the referee sees it. But I'm not all for what I heard with ball in hand and obviously put it anywhere over the table. I think that makes it a bit more cutthroat, and snooker should be a traditional sport and more or less keep the same as what it is.
The original ball in hand was when a player had gone in off, the incoming player would put the ball anywhere in the D. But the ball in hand we're talking about is after a foul and a miss, the referee would give the cue ball to the player, he could put it anywhere on the table he so wished. Much more radical. And interestingly, there is a difference of opinion between the players and the commentators.
Some misrules are obvious. Okay, it was always there, but I think it's just done now to the nth degree. You can miss the ball by the width of a lottery ticket and be called a miss. And I think some players now, because you know, players are always going to use the rules, when it gets to an end of a frame, rather than take a pot on that could win in the frame that was a bit risky, they'll play a snooker hoping to get 3 or 4 misses and win it that way.
Foul, miss. Mark on 4.
He wasn't far away.
Yeah. Yellow ball.
Just going to put the right amount of right-hand side. That time, too much.
Yes.
They could possibly give the referees a little bit more leeway, you know, to use their own discretion. I think it says that they can use their own discretion, but there's certain rules set down for them where they have to call a miss, regardless of how close you get to a red.
It should be changed. I don't think there's anybody happy with it. The referees are not happy with it. Yeah, and I'm sure the rules committee are not happy with it. I know a lot of the players are not. It's just finding a way to get away from, you know, the dramatic things that happened, to say the least, with the miss rule. When somebody rolls up behind a ball and somebody misses like 10, 12 times on the spin. I mean, I don't think that's called entertainment, to be honest with you.
Foul, miss. Frame dot 4.
If it's a way of playing off 2 or 3 cushions to get into a group of reds, and it's very, very easy to hit. If it's a situation where they're playing a harder escape, I think then it's got to be called a miss every time. But sometimes balls are being replaced numerous times and it's actually spoiling the game. After an innovative event earlier in the season where the ball in hand rule was used, the membership were canvassed on their views.
What we've actually done this year, following the shootout this year, we used a rule called the ball in hand, a little bit like what's used in 9-ball pool, where after a foul, the opponent can pick the ball up and place it anywhere on the table. Now, this obviously works very well in a fast format, but what's happened since that event was we were inundated with questions about can we change the miss rule in the professional game to this ball in hand rule. It got to a point where we felt we had to at least address the situation. So what we actually did, we actually put a consultation document out to the players, asking them on various options. Do they think the miss rule is fair? Do they think the miss rule should be changed? Should we use a ball in hand? And actually I was very, very surprised with what came back. In the end, we had an overwhelming support to leave the miss rule exactly as it is.
So the view is, if it's not completely broken, don't fix it. But a rule that was invented to stop cheating, that also penalises fair play, is a tough one to swallow. But the players are in agreement that it's the right way to proceed.